welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna be basically doing a makeup tutorial on this look that you see here, and I absolutely love how it turned out. Today's video is kind of all over the place. I didn't really have it planned like I do my other videos. I just wanted to sit down, play around with makeup, and just see where it kind of went creatively, and I absolutely love how it turned out. It's really subtle. We did a little neon mint green type of a look for today, and I feel like it's really, really pretty, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Everything I use will be linked down below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and as always, let's jump on in and get ready for our day. Guys, so I've already prepped my skin for this morning, and by prepping my skin, I mean I've applied my moisturizer, my eye cream, my lip sleeping mask, and obviously SPF. So if you guys are interested in any of the products that I use to prep my skin before going into my foundation and concealer and everything else, I will have it linked down below in case you guys, are interested. So we're just gonna jump on in to foundation. And you guys, this morning I woke up with 2 little pimples underneath my nose. I feel like the allergies have definitely kicked in. Out here in LA, it's been really windy. It's really green outside, and my nose has been itching a lot. And I'm kind of worried that today my eyes are gonna get really, really red just because I'm already starting to sneeze and my nose is starting to feel really more itchy than yesterday. So if I start sneezing, you guys, in the middle of this video, I am so sorry. Or if my eyes are looking really red, I'm so sorry as well. So we're gonna just jump on in and apply our foundation. And for today's video, I'm just figured we would use an e.l.f. foundation. I really love the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream, and this is the color correcting full coverage and natural finish foundation. This is in the shade Light 240 Warm. And to be really honest, I really love this foundation. I love that I use 2 pumps and it covers everything really well, especially the hyperpigmentation that I have in the top of my cheekbones. But the only thing with this, I feel like I use it sparingly just because I feel like I will run through this foundation so quickly. I don't feel like it has a lot of product, and that is the only thing, but I love the finish. It definitely is really pretty, and I love the coverage. So I'm gonna go in with my Beauty Bakery sponge and apply about 2 pumps of foundation, and then concentrate the foundation on the top of my cheekbones, because that's basically where I really want to make sure I have the coverage that I need to cover the hyperpigmentation. I'm just going to let it sit there a little bit, and then anything that I have left over, I'm just going to dab it all around my face and then just start blending everything out, and obviously focus whatever we have left down the neck area because we want everything, to look really blended and really seamless. I have finished blending out my foundation, and this is basically it. I feel like the foundation shade is a little light, but I feel like once I bronze and everything, it'll warm up the skin a little bit more and it won't look so bright. So we're gonna move on into concealer, and I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Camo 16-Hour Camo Concealer in matte finish, and this is in the shade Medium Sand, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply this all around, basically on my chin area, upper lip, down the bridge of the nose, forehead, and then under the eye area. And I basically apply it all around like a little triangle just because I do have the hyperpigmentation on the top of my cheekbones. So I still apply my concealer and everything, the old-fashioned way, just because I do need a little bit more of that coverage than what the foundation already gave me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish everything out and then blend it out with my sponge. Once we've blended everything out, we're gonna go ahead and set everything into place. And I'm gonna be using, I think the brand is called Pour de Fixante Banana. And this is basically a setting banana powder, and I personally really like it. I think I got it in my Ipsy or BoxyCharm monthly subscription, and I really love the undertone to it. I'm gonna be using my e.l.f. brush. I'm not really sure what the name of this brush is, but I really love that it's kind of domed. I'm gonna pick up a fair amount of this banana powder, and basically we're just gonna go in and set all the areas into place where we've applied concealer. And we're not gonna apply it too much because we don't want it to look too dry and too matte, since this foundation is already kind of matte. And the finish of this concealer isn't too matte, but it does have kind of a natural finish. But we also don't wanna age our skin in those areas, but we just wanna make sure that it's gonna set everything into place so it can hold fairly well throughout the day. To set the rest of the areas on our face where we have a foundation, I'm gonna go in with my MAC Studio Fix, and this is in the shade C4. And I am gonna pick up a little bit of that powder and mainly focus the coverage on the top of the cheekbones, because that's obviously where we have our hyperpigmentation. And so I really want to make sure that is really covered, so when I apply blush, it doesn't peep through. So for bronzer, you guys, we're gonna go in with the Kiko Milano, and this is from the Tuscan Sunshine Radiant Bronzer collection, and this is in the shade Sweet Honey. I forgot I did a review video on these bronzers when they first came out, and I forgot I even had it, so we're gonna be using it today. I'm gonna go ahead and use my BH Cosmetics brush. We're gonna pick up a little bit of product, and we're just gonna go ahead and dab it on the side of the cheekbone area, down the side of the forehead, and then jawline area, just to make sure, you know, we have a little bit of that cheekbone action going on. And then whatever we have left over, I'm just gonna go ahead and drag it down the neck and chest area, just because I want everything to look really seamless, and I don't want it to look so obvious that I have makeup on my face, but everything else like a whole different color and situation. So just make sure to blend everything out really well. Today I'm gonna go into the e.l.f. Mint Melt eyeshadow palette. I really love that it's $4 and they are this tiny. It's perfect when you're traveling. It's not big and bulky. It's not gonna take a whole bunch of space. And I love that they give you like the perfect amount of like the little eyeshadow quads because, you know, realistically, I never go through an entire eyeshadow like little quad or color palette. So I personally really love this. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes using the Alamar Primero primer. I'm gonna apply a little bit of this on my lids, and then we'll move on to our eyes. So I already primed my eyes, you guys, and we're gonna move on to applying a little bit of a base color all around the lid. I have such a big habit of doing that. I need to apply like a light cream or a white eyeshadow all around the lid before I go into my transition shades or crease shades. So I'm gonna go into the Boudoir Noir palette. I personally really love this palette. I gravitate towards it a lot, especially Deja Vu, this like vanilla shade right here in the corner of the palette. It's so beautiful. I personally really love it. So we're gonna go into it today and pick up a little bit of that shadow. I'm gonna be using a big shadow fluffy brush. That's what I personally call it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply eyeshadow all around the lid, just dabbing it all around, making sure that, you know, it's sticking to our eyeshadow primer. And then we'll move on to our transition shade. I thought this part was filming and it wasn't. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give you a quick recap. After we apply Deja Vu all around the lid, we're gonna move on to our transition shade. I'm gonna be using my Real Techniques brush. This is basically called a base shadow brush. Basically, it's called a base shadow brush. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this taupey, kind of mustardy shade. I feel like it has like a kind of green, mustardy, yellow undertone to it for some reason. We're gonna pick up a little bit of this eyeshadow. I'm just adjust the front portion. I'm just gonna do windshield wiper motions. You're gonna build color, obviously, to your liking. And then we're just gonna make sure we have everything really blended out really well. I have a quick update for you guys. I know I went in with the Primero primer, you know, earlier, and applied it all around my lid, but I don't know what happened today that it was not working with these eyeshadows and it became a hot mess. So I figured and made the executive decision to use a makeup removing wipe and clean out the eyeshadow that I have applied on my lids. And we're gonna start over, and basically I kind of did. I went in it with the Juvia's Place I Prep by Prime eyeshadow primer, and I feel like my makeup is looking a little bit better. Everything is blending out a lot better, so I'm hoping it just continues to, you know, work. So we're gonna move into now the eyeshadow palette, obviously the e.l.f. Mint Melt with an angled shading brush. This one's from Luxie. This is the 207 brush. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that dark chocolate brown, pick up a little bit of that shadow, and then we're gonna go ahead and lightly dab the shadow in the corner of the eye, building color, and then blending it in with the crease, into the crease of the lid. Now with a flat shadow brush, this one is from Wet n Wild from the Bretman Rock collection. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this really shimmery mint color. I'm really excited to see how it looks on. I'm hoping it's really pigmented. And so I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of that shadow and apply it within the corner of the eye, building color. And oh my God, you guys, it looks so pretty, very, very vibrant. Going back to our Real Techniques, this is the base shadow brush. I'm gonna go in and just blend out the crease of each of the lid just to make sure everything is looking really blended. And then we're just gonna go ahead and blend out the little center of the lid as well, just to make sure that there aren't any harsh lines and it doesn't look so obvious that we packed on color. Everything looks seamless. Now we're gonna go ahead and smoke at the bottom lash line area because that is one of my favorite things to do, you guys know, here on my channel. So I'm gonna go in back into this taupey brown shade and pick up a little bit of the eyeshadow and then just dabbing it under the lash line area, building color, and then basically connecting it to the corner of the eye. Once we smoke the bottom lash line, you can always go back in it with a blending brush and just blend out the edges, especially, you know, within the eyeshadow that we've applied on, just to make sure everything is really blended really well and there aren't any obvious harsh lines. We want everything to look really, you know, blended, really airbrushed on our skin. And since I want to use as many eyeshadows from this palette as possible, I'm going to go in with this little detailed brush, pick up a little bit of this really pretty champagne shimmery shade in the corner of the eye. I'm just going to go ahead and lightly apply a little bit of this eyeshadow just to give it a little bit more of that brightness. And oh my god, you guys, it's so pretty. I absolutely love it. I think I'm going to use a blending brush to dilute it a little bit just because it's a little bright, but it is so pretty. I love how pigmented these eyeshadows are. Like I mentioned you guys before, I don't really know where this eye look was going, so I played around a little bit off camera just so I can come back and know what I'm doing. And so I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Mint Melt. This is the No Budge eyeshadow stick, and this is in the shade, obviously, Mint For You, obviously a minty shade. And I really, really like this. I just applied it on the upper lid to try to do a winged kind of liner, and it's so creamy, so pigmented. It kind of got on my lashes, but basically you're going to do a little winged liner, and it's so easy to kind of go back in and pull the eyeshadow. I basically went in with an eyeshadow brush after I kind of applied it on, and then just pulled the eyeshadow and cleaned it up a little bit, and it looks so good. I absolutely really like it. I like that it's not too bright, but it's bright enough that you notice you got something going on. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the LA Girl. This is the Paste Dream Auto Eyeliner, and this is in the shade Marshmallow. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this in the inner lining of the eye to give our eyes a little bit more of that brightness, so it can go with the little like bubblegum pop look that we've created for today's look. Don't be mad at me, you guys. I actually went in with the LA Girl white eyeliner in the shade Marshmallow, and I felt like it was a little too bright, like it needed a little something. So I actually went in with the e.l.f. Mint Melt and the eyeshadow stick, and this is in the shade Mint For You that we applied on the upper eyelid as our winged liner, and I actually applied in the inner lining of the eye. I kind of crossed my fingers that it wouldn't irritate my eyes, and it didn't. So I actually applied this mint shade in the inner lining of the eye, and I personally really like it. It's very futuristic, kind of very like, I don't know, kind of like pin-up. I don't know what it looks like, but I personally really love how my eyes are turning out right now. So I'm really excited. I went in and obviously curled my lashes, applied mascara. I used my Eyeshadow eyelash curler, and I went in with my all-time favorite Super Lash mascara. We'll have it linked down below in case you guys are interested. And so basically, we're just gonna go ahead and finish on our look. I'm gonna go in with blush. And the blush that I'm gonna be using, I want something not too bright because I feel like our eyes is, you know, the main attraction. So I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop. This is from the Love Story. This is the blush called, I think it's called Blush. I think it's called Love Story. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm gonna go in with my angled Urban Decay brush, pick up a little bit of that blush, and then just dab it in the top of the cheekbones just to give a little bit of that color. I don't want to apply it too much, but just enough just to give it a little bit of that warmth. So for my lips, you guys, I am thinking about applying NYX. This is a slim lip liner. I personally really love their lip liners in the shade Truffle. For my lips, I'm going to go into the Maybelline. This is a Truffle Tease 930. And then for the center of the lips, just to give it a little bit of that shine and pout, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Mint Melt Lip Plumping Gloss. And this is in the shade Mint Chocolate. I'm going to apply it on. Be back when you see me next, you guys. My hair will be done, and I'll give you guys, you know, a quick look of how everything turned out. Alright, you guys, I am back and I have finished doing my hair. And this is basically it. And I really love how this look turned out. It is so pretty. It is so me, but still being a little different all at the same time, especially because we use the mint green eyeshadow stick to give a little bit of that brightness. And I just really love how my makeup turned out for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it's kind of all over the place. We changed things around. We did one thing and then we did another thing, but that's what playing around with makeup is all about, right? We just play around and see where it kind of goes with no pressure and just having fun. And this is something that I really like. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Everything will be linked down below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you guys all in my next video. I love you guys so much. Bye.